This is a matter of prioritizing our children's futures.
And that's why this group of advocates and Democratic lawmakers say the state needs to change its funding formula for how many support staff it helps local school divisions pay for, positions like the front office staff, custodians, and teachers' aides.
It was supposed to be temporary. But here we are 16 years later.
During the Great Recession in 2009, lawmakers put a cap on that amount, which advocates say in some cases led to a drop in staffing levels, while student enrollment rose and teachers took on more roles.
With lifting the support cap, it now means that teachers can do what they were hired to do, and that was to be teachers, and spending more time being instructors.
In recent years, lawmakers have been increasing that cap, and the state currently provides funding for 24 support staff per 1,000 students. But language included in the budget passed by the Democratic-led chambers this week brings that up to 27.9 per 1,000.
This has a broad ripple effect when the state comes in to pay its fair share in supporting the necessary staff for our public education system. Localities can then continue to support all of the other essential services.
According to an analysis by the Commonwealth Institute, they say this could mean a few more to several hundred more staff in each division, depending on size.
You mentioned the city of Petersburg. They'll receive a little over $1.2 million, which will fund an additional 16. Support staff could fund an additional 16. The city of Richmond will receive a little over $3.1 million, and that is enough funding for 78.
While lawmakers are now approaching this through language in the budget, they also had legislation this session. During hearings on those bills, Republican lawmakers and staff from the Virginia Department of Education both expressed opposition to the plan, saying the focus should be on Virginia's education funding formula as a whole versus a piecemeal approach.
This may be a little premature in terms of chipping around the edges of school funding instead of looking at the overall picture of what it takes to fund the school systems, where it's working, where it's not, and how do we make it fair and equitable for everyone.
Now, both the House and Senate versions of the budget have the same language when it comes to this issue, so it's unlikely it won't get into the final budget that reaches Governor Glenn Youngkin. The question is what he does with it, and a spokesperson for the governor says he will review the budget when it reaches his desk. At the state capitol, Cameron Thompson, CBS 6 News.